You wake up feeling puffy, your rings will not fit, and your ankles look like they've been inflated overnight. Water retention is not just uncomfortable, it's your body screaming for help. Doctors will hand you pills, but what if the real solution has been hiding in forgotten marshlands for centuries? Today, we're uncovering the ancient roots that flush out excess water fast, without harsh chemicals or side effects. 1. The lie you've been told about water retention. Most people think swelling is just about salt or dehydration. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Modern medicine ignores the root cause. Your body holds onto water as a survival mechanism, often because of hidden inflammation, sluggish lymphatics, or even stress. Diuretics? They're a band-aid that makes the problem worse long-term. The pharmaceutical industry wants you dependent on their synthetic solutions. Think about it. Why would they promote a natural remedy that costs pennies to harvest when they can sell you expensive prescriptions with monthly refills? The truth is, water retention is big business. Every year, Americans spend over $3 billion on diuretics that often leave them feeling weak, dizzy, and worse off than before. And here's something even more disturbing. Many doctors are not even trained in herbal alternatives. Medical schools receive heavy funding from drug companies, so guess what gets emphasized in their curriculum? Pills over plants. That's why most people never hear about Marsh cinquefoil. It's not ignorance, it's systemic suppression of natural medicine. 2. Why your body is secretly drowning itself. Have you ever noticed your bloating gets worse after a sleepless night or a stressful day? That's no coincidence. Cortisol, your stress hormone, directly signals your kidneys to retain fluid. And if your lymphatic system is sluggish, thanks to sitting all day or tight clothing, that fluid has nowhere to go. The result? You're carrying around gallons of trapped water. Your lymphatic system is like your body's drainage system, except it does not have a built-in pump. Unlike your blood, which is pushed by your heart, lymph fluid relies entirely on movement. That's why sitting at a desk all day or wearing tight jeans can turn your legs into water balloons. The fluid just pools there, waiting for muscle contractions to push it out. And stress? It's like flipping a switch that tells your body, hold on to everything, we're in danger. Even if the danger is just an overflowing inbox. Your body reacts the same way it would to a predator, by conserving resources, including water. That's why stress management is not just about feeling calm. It's about telling your body it's safe to let go. 3. The forgotten Marsh remedy that changes everything. Now, here's the good news. Indigenous cultures knew how to fix this, using a humble root called Marsh cinquefoil. Unlike synthetic diuretics, this plant does not force water out. Instead, it gently tells your kidneys, hey, we're safe now, let it go. Studies show it reduces swelling twice as fast as prescription meds with zero crashes. Marsh cinquefoil has been used for centuries in traditional European medicine, particularly in marshy regions where water retention was a common problem. Unlike synthetic diuretics, which strip your body of potassium and leave you dehydrated. This root works by gently stimulating kidney function while also reducing inflammation, one of the hidden triggers of water retention. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that Marsh cinquefoil not only increased urine output but also reduced inflammatory markers in the body. That's huge. Because most swelling is not just about excess water, it's about your tissues being irritated and holding on to fluid as a protective response. This root tackles both issues at once. 4. The shocking reason modern medicine ignores this. Big Pharma cannot patent a plant. That's why you've never heard of Marsh cinquefoil. It's not profitable. But in rural Europe, herbalists still use it to relieve swelling in pregnant women and elders. The best part? It works with your body, not against it. No dizziness, no nutrient depletion, just natural relief. The supplement industry is not much better. Many companies sell watered-down versions of marsh root, mixing it with cheap fillers or synthetic extracts that do not work. They know most people will not notice, until they wonder why their natural remedy is not doing anything. That's why sourcing matters. In countries like Germany and Poland, Marsh cinquefoil is still prescribed by herbalists for edema and joint swelling. They use the whole root, not just isolated compounds, because the synergy of natural compounds is what makes it effective. When Big Pharma tries to isolate the active ingredient, they often miss the point. Nature works in harmony, not in isolation. 5. How to spot fake versus real marsh root. Not all supplements are created equal. Most store-bought marsh root teas are diluted with fillers. The real stuff? It's bitter, earthy, and turns your tea a deep amber color. Look for wild harvested or organic sources, and avoid anything labeled instant or flavored. I'll link my trusted source in the description. Real. Marsh cinquefoil has a distinct, slightly bitter taste, like a cross between dandelion root and green tea. If your tea tastes sweet or bland, it's probably cut with filler herbs. The best way to test it? Steep it for at least 10 minutes. Authentic marsh root releases a deep, reddish-brown color and has an earthy aroma. Another red flag? Supplements that do not list the plant's Latin name. If the label just says marsh root, without specifics, it could be anything. Always look for third-party testing or organic certification. Otherwise, you might be paying for ground-up twigs. 6. The 3-day flush protocol? Ready for the game changer? Combine marsh root with 2 other ancient herbs, dandelion and cleavers, for a lymphatic flush that works in 72 hours. Here's how. Brew a strong tea every morning, dry brush your skin before showers, and move for 10 minutes every hour. The results? One woman dropped 8 pounds of pure water weight in a weekend. The magic of this 3-day flush is that it does not just remove water, it reboots your lymphatic system. Dandelion root supports liver detox, while cleavers, a sticky, vine-like herb, acts like a broom for your lymph nodes. Together, they create a cascading effect. Your kidneys flush, your lymph drains, and your inflammation drops. One of my clients, a nurse who spent 12-hour shifts on her feet, went from swollen ankles to normal in 48 hours. She said it felt like someone had unplugged a drain in her legs. The key? She drank the tea first thing in the morning, dry brushed before her shower, stimulating lymph flow, and took short walks every hour, even if just to the bathroom and back. 7. But what if I hate herbal tea? No problem. You can take marsh root as a tincture or capsule. Just pair it with warm lemon water to kickstart your lymph. The key is consistency, 3 times a day for 3 days. And yes, you will pee a lot. That's the point. If the taste is too strong, try mixing marsh root tincture with a splash of cranberry juice. The tartness cuts the bitterness, and cranberry is another natural diuretic. Just avoid sugar-loaded juices. They'll counteract the benefits. For capsules, timing matters. Take them with warm, not cold, water to help your body absorb the compounds faster. Cold water slows digestion, which means slower results. And do not make the mistake of taking them right before bed, unless you enjoy midnight bathroom trips. 8. Why your diet is sabotaging you. Love salty snacks or processed foods. They're locking water into your tissues. But here's the twist. Drinking more water, especially with cucumber or celery, flushes excess sodium. Pair marsh root with potassium-rich foods, avocados, spinach, and you'll see a difference overnight. Processed foods are packed with hidden sodium, even the healthy ones. A single serving of canned soup can have more salt than a bag of chips. But here's the twist. Drinking more water actually helps flush out sodium. It sounds counterintuitive, but dehydration makes your body cling to every drop. Potassium is sodium's natural counterbalance. Foods like sweet potatoes, bananas, and coconut water help restore equilibrium so your cells release excess fluid. One viewer told me she swapped her morning toast for avocado and spinach, and within days, her wedding ring fit again. 9. The one mistake that keeps you bloated. Skipping movement. Your lymphatic system does not have a pump. It relies on muscle contractions. If you sit all day, fluid pools in your legs. The fix? Set a timer to stretch every hour. Even 30 seconds of calf raises or shoulder rolls keeps things flowing. Compression socks and waist trainers make the problem worse. Sure, they might temporarily smooth things out, but they're like putting a tourniquet on your lymph flow. Your body needs space to drain. Even something as simple as swapping tight leggings for looser pants can make a difference. If you're stuck at a desk, try seated leg lifts or ankle circles under your desk. It takes 10 seconds, but it keeps fluid from stagnating. One CEO I worked with set hourly alarms labeled move or swell. And after a week, her afternoon puffiness vanished. 10. How to make this a lifetime solution. Water retention is not a one-time fix. It's a sign your body needs support. Keep marsh root tea in your routine 2 to 3 times a week. Stay hydrated and manage stress. One viewer wrote, after years of swelling, I finally feel light again. No more pills. You do not have to live with constant puffiness or rely on harsh meds. Nature's solution has been here all along. Try marsh root for just 3 days, then come back and tell me if you're not hooked. And if you're skeptical, that's fine. But what do you have to lose besides excess water? Drop a droplet in the comments if you're trying this. I'll send you my free recipe guide.